Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a reading for the collective. Welcome, collective. So, since this is a reading where I'm tuning into general energies and not one person's specific energies, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you would like a reading where I tune into your specific energies, you are welcome to schedule a reading with me. The link to schedule a reading with me is in the description box below. So, all right, let's get into this reading, collective. Okay, in the past, in the past, you were in the energy of High Priestess, intuition. Wow, right off the bat. So I'm getting that, collective, if you're tuning into this reading, you are incredibly intuitive. You could be psychic. You could also be a tarot reader yourself. Reiki's coming up. Premonitions, people, maybe you just know things. I drink wine and I know things. Tyrion Lannister. I get the feeling that without the wine, you just know things. Or at least I'm tuning into the collective, like who is showing up and what skills and abilities they have. Ooh, mediumship. Some of you, whether you call it mediumship, maybe you just communicate telepathically or connect with someone, a loved one who's crossed. Boy, there's a bunch. I could keep going on. It feels like collective, you're a very talented bunch. You're very open to more than just the five senses. And you use that as like extra senses. You have extra sensory powers. So why is this coming up in your past position? Why is it coming up now? I'm getting that you were, this is a past position. So in the past, you are a respected leader, maybe in whatever field that, whether you're psychic, a tarot reader, intuitive, whether you don't, maybe you use your skills. Like I've met someone who has a knowing, who talks to their dad who's passed, who is an ER nurse, and who can tell if someone, if they're there to help them, or they can tell when death is close, and they comfort them and let them know they're okay, and they don't change their behaviors or do less for this person, but they are kind of an angel on earth for people in a very traumatic space and hold that space. So they probably wouldn't consider themselves psychic, or but they're a job as an ER nurse, but they also use their knowingness and their ability to sense more to help others on their journey. So you might not be directly involved in like a spiritual business, but you use spirituality to help you at your job. That's a very specific story, just to illustrate that you don't have to put up a sign and do psychic work to be someone who's tapping in to their intuition to create stability in their life and structure and leadership, and to be a show for others of how to use your intuition and your skills in a very positive way. Wow, that's right out of the box for your reading, is quite a powerful message. In present time, you are in the energy of Two of Wands, the waiting game, trying to make a decision. There's something about a lack of decision that's going on right now, going around and around, and an inability to leave, not wanting to be where you're at, but not knowing where to go. Ooh, it just feels stuck. It does. I like this image of the circles and how they're circling the hourglass. So hourglass is time, and circles just circling the same space over and over again, like being stuck in a cycle. Time keeps marching on, but there's no growth, there's no change. There's maybe a fear of change, a fear of doing something differently. At least by going around and around and on that circle forever, then you know what you can expect. This feels like someone who's had a lot of trauma, someone who is afraid of that it could be worse. That's the fear. You don't like where you're at, but the fear of the unknown of what could happen is causing you to not make a decision. It's time to really tune into your inner strength. You've got the strength to make a decision. Indecision, holding back, hesitation, recklessness, fearlessness, bad choices, risk taking. Ooh, I get this feeling that right now, whenever it is that you are watching this reading, that you're wanting to make a choice. Feels like you might be throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks. And right now, you might be experiencing a tower. You might be seeing something clearly. This tower feels like it's coming right now in present time, so you can realize how strong you are. You can see it. If you've been in this repetitive circle for a long time and afraid to make a change, keeping everything in delay and indecision, there's a tower coming. There's a tower coming to help you get unstuck, to help you realize how strong you really are, to really show yourself that you have the strength, the courage, the resilience. You still have that fight in you. Right now, this is the pile of cards that fell just a little while ago. So it feels like a story that's coming out. You're figuring out how to find your confidence after whatever has happened in your life to lead you to where you are now. There has been a depletion of your confidence, of your self-respect. You might be feeling insecure, envious of what others have created in their life because you have gone through such a difficult time, and feeling insecure. There's this exhaustion factor. Maybe like maybe it's difficult to make a decision right now. Maybe it's been difficult to make a decision, and that's why this is coming up. Whatever comes up right now, whether you view this tower as a fantastic, being able to see clearly, this clarity, or whether seeing this gives you clarity, but it's painful. Either way, whatever is coming up for you right now in present time, collective, as I'm reading it is for your benefit. It is so you can move on, so you can find your inner strength, so you can validate your inner strength, so you can move forward with a sense of purpose and strength within. There's something that's happening that's going to help you so you're not caught in this cycle of stagnation. So there's something, a personal transformation, some type of clarity. So whatever this cycle, whatever it is that you feel that you're stuck in, something you've been trying to let go, maybe someone, a situation, something, and it just feels like it's weighed you down for a long time. Something is happening to bring you closure. And with that, you gather strength and independence. Feels like you're disconnecting from a very tough situations, cycles, people or person. It feels like you are stepping into a very new storyline. It's very empowering. If you are feeling nervous, anxious, worried right now, it's because those worries and fears are coming up to be dealt with, to be faced. It is not, ooh, well, that came and went. We'll see if it comes back. Wow. All right, your family patterns that you're working through right now is solar plexus chakra. That does not surprise me. So solar plexus chakra is right down here where your ribs meet. Your solar plexus chakra deals with your personal power. It's this energetic center where you gain your personal power. So what family pattern is coming up for the collective that they need to know about their solar plexus chakra? Again, Two of Wands again, side by side. It looks like a family pattern of indecision, a family pattern of constantly staying in a situation way past its expiration date. I think that was also in yesterday's reading for the collective. Staying in a situation past when you should. I'm not shoulding everybody, but each of you know, like, wow, I had a red flag, I ignored it, more red flags, more red flags. I stayed in. And maybe there's that, it's about taking your power back, making a decision, not having to make a perfect decision, but knowing that it's time to make a decision. And with all the facts of the case, of all the facts of what you know to be true, to take action. This is about taking action. This is about where the rubber meets the road. This is about walking your walk that you talk. I feel like you might be at a space where you've talked a lot, you've ruminated about it, you've imagined it, but we are in a 3D world, and the value and the currency of a 3D world is action. And it is time to take action. It is time to take your power back. It is time to make a decision for your best and highest and greatest good. That even if it is a misstep, we are not perfect. It is about taking the risk, taking the responsibility for your actions, stepping into the person you want to be, boy, this feels so empowering, and it feels like you're at a crossroads where you can continue on the same family patterns of feeling unempowered, of giving your power away to others, and staying continually in a space of I'm not sure, I'm afraid to make a decision because I'm then responsible for it. Or it could be I'm taking my power back, and with what I know, I'm making the best decisions for what I am, for me. And I will continue to make adjustments as new information arises. It feels like a pride for being able to take care of yourself, of letting go of limiting beliefs that you're powerless, that you are at the behest of the government or the society or your religion or your family upbringings or a relationship or a person, that you are not your own person, that I don't have control over my life. This feels like you deciding I'm taking control over my life. I'm making decisions for my best interest. And even if I make a misstep, I'm going to accept that and accept the me who made the mistake, because I know that I'm doing the best I can with the information I have. And that's all anyone can do. It's definitely letting go of some perfect pictures that somehow you have to make perfect steps. And there's a lot of grace in this and a lot of empowerment. And also what's been coming up and is coming up again is the real power. Real power requires the lightest touch. All right, so personal issues you're going through are Three of Swords, heartache and loss. I feel like you're getting over this. When I first put the cards out, it came up in reverse, even though the original cards I lay down in the spread, I just take them all in the upright. But it feels like you're getting over some type of profound heartache and loss. Something didn't go as you thought it was going to go. Somewhere where you were lying to yourself, and by constantly deceiving yourself and lying to yourself, you opened a pathway for others to lie and deceive to you. Maybe this it doesn't feel like you set out to lie to yourself. Maybe you were easily manipulated from your childhood. Maybe you had a very controlling childhood where you were, it feels more like behavior modification, where you were punished or neglected when you did something wrong, to steer your behavior instead of a warm, caring, unconditional, loving place. Some of you even getting profound neglect and maybe even abuse, mental or emotional or physical abuse, to get you to cooperate. And now you are seeing this within you, and seeing that that childhood that you had left you very vulnerable for being manipulated, being lied to. It left you so lacking and wanting and needy for the affection and the love and the care that you didn't receive from childhood, that people who feed on neediness to get what they want, it feels like you were taken advantage of. And now you are really stepping into how to heal this pattern. Yeah. And judgment is coming in, a rebirth. You're closing that cycle out. You have a new phase, a reckoning of what has been, and an awakening, and you are forgiving yourself for being that younger, naive person. You're forgiving yourself for your childhood trauma that you had no control over. You're forgiving yourself for maybe the PTSD that you had, the traumas, the unhealed traumas that you carried from childhood, and continued to try to make things successful within that framework of how you were taught. And it feels like you've got this calling that why I'm so unhappy, why it's not working is because the system is flawed. The system that I've been trying to succeed in is flawed. It's not that I'm flawed. It's that I've been trying to fit in a system that doesn't want me. I'm trying to fit in a system that is not for my best interest. I'm working, maybe it's being connected with people, situations, and systems that do not have your highest and greatest good. Feels like a lot of epiphanies coming through right now, a lot of aha moments of seeing things clearly, of willingness to see things clearly so you can make really big changes, because the opportunity to shift your vibration is huge right now. And by shifting your vibration here, profound changes can happen. Instead of trying to control out here, you work with what's in here. That's what you do have control over. So with that being said, trying to control out here, your conscience is in the energy of temptation, the devil. Ooh, interesting. Your conscience in this placement, this card says, what would you do if no one was there to judge you? Okay. For some of you, what you would do if no one was there to judge you. The devil is codependency. The devil is temptation. The devil is the energy of keeping you stuck, of keeping you controlled, of willingly choosing options that are not for your highest and greatest good. In the original tarot card, the devil picture, there's a man and a woman, and both have a loose chain around their necks. They could take it off. It's not, I mean, there's a control, but it's more like mental or emotional control. They can physically leave, but there's something that they're pulled to. It looks like you are wanting to not be distracted by your addictions. There's someone, a situation that you are and have been working to separate yourself from. It feels like these cycles that you've been in, even though you realize that they are unhealthy, that they have not benefited your mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical well-being, and yet they have an addictive quality. There's some payout. It feels like it's an instant payout. And then you pay for that little bit of payout that you got. It keeps you coming back. And what you're wanting to do is let go of the temptation, let go of needing a short-term fix. You're wanting personal transition. You're wanting to clear up any unfinished business. You're wanting to clear emotional baggage. You are wanting to glean and take the wisdom from what you've experienced without feeling so controlled, without feeling, it feels like a lack of control that you have. What is that of delayed gratification? It feels like growing up, there was such a lack of your emotional, mental, maybe even physical and spiritual caring. I'm not putting your parents or anyone blaming. I'm just saying that no matter, they did the best they could. Everybody did the best that they could. But it was not, it left you depleted, not feeling loved, not feeling cared for, not feeling taken care of. There was just such a lack that was created, a black hole of need that never got met. And as an adult, it's made you just seek out whatever little tidbits of affection and care and love and concern. Just even if you're like, I know this is coming, this is a short-term fix, but I feel so depleted, I need some help. What you're wanting to do is to leave that behind, to learn how to fulfill your own needs. Because when you are in that needy space, you are open for temptation. You are open to someone who will take advantage of your neediness, who will tell you exactly what you want to hear and then not deliver. Ooh, wow. All right, so your desire right now is 7 of Swords, deception and envy. Okay, I'm getting right now, you want to hide your moves. Ooh, I like this. This actually, it feels like in the past, you might have worked more from an ego space and want to tell everybody how great you're doing, how you perceive where things are going. Sometimes 7 of Swords, someone is deceiving you or things like this. I'm getting that you are keeping your moves hidden. Also, because I'm getting that something, as you transition into this new you, this new space, this new empowered you, this new you that's more you than you've ever been before, then things are going to start getting easier and easier for you. The universe, as you show up and take responsibility and become more and more you, the universe is going to celebrate that and work with you. And it's going to create situations out of the blue where things go your way, where people didn't expect things to go your way. Right now, keep your ego in check. Don't brag. Don't get attached to what you think is going to happen. Don't brag. Stay aware and grounded with the situation, but and trust your intuition. Be in your truth. Speak your truth. Use your discernment. Wow. Wow. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Your higher self collective is in the energy of memories of love. 6 of Cups. So this is the center of your reading spread, is Six of Cups. I'm getting that to become the new you, that you've always loved, the new you that you can love and respect, and that you are being in each moment the most you can be. There is an element of loving and accepting all of you from the past, all of you that was hurt and traumatized in your childhood and didn't get your needs unmet, like loving, like even imagining younger you not getting your needs met, but you being right there and saying, I'm here for you. I'm here. Adult me is showing up when someone else didn't. And you're so strong. You're so brave. You've got this. Just hang in there, because when you become an adult, you will be you. You will know how to take care of yourself. You will step into a you-ness. What you are going through now, you will understand from a new level. And then accepting younger you, maybe even yesterday, maybe years ago, maybe all of the above, where you feel as an adult you messed up and made the wrong decision. But don't annex that you. Don't punish and neglect that aspect of you. That aspect of you did the best they could with the information that they had. This is a cycle of doing the best you can with the information you have, and then going forward and then judging past you for not making the right decision, and constantly like psychically whacking past you for not making the right decision. And in present time, not trusting future you to make the correct decision with the information that they have. It's like present you, past you, and future you needs to start trusting yourselves, trusting that if you do make a decision that does not turn out the way you expected, that you won't hold that against yourself, that you'll realize that maybe I needed to make that misstep so I could really see that was not, I that was not the right decision. And so now going forward, I do know that now. Boy, this is a lot of broad ways of seeing things. There's a lot of forgiveness that's happening right now. It feels like you're letting go of a lot before you step into this, whatever this fork in the road of old cycles and doing something new. It's like you're releasing the last bits that it might be holding you back. Your challenge right now is Eight of Swords, trapped in fear. Your challenge is to not get into a mental prison. Your challenge is to not get a fixed view of what your story is. To not attach to needing the outcome to be a specific way. To allow parts of yourself to show up that you might have annexed and let go of or denied. Maybe now your challenge is to take off your blinders and see where you've lied to yourself, see where you've allowed people to lie to you. So your challenge right now, collective, is a lot of mental games of relying too much on the storyline of your storyline, getting really attached to how things are perceived. I'm getting an invitation to release your attachments, to release the storyline, to be more present with whatever arises, to be able to adapt to that storyline with new information. Wow. All right. Your lesson right now is Two of Swords. Again, swords, 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 swords. And again, so with the Two of Wands that showed up at the top of your reading, it feels very similar. The lesson is that Two of Swords, of stuck in indecision. It's mental conflict, not knowing, being so stuck. Your lesson is how to get yourself unstuck, how to get mental clarity, how to take action. Again, we're in a 3D world, and the currency of a 3D world is action. Yes, ruminating and imagining and marinating in spiritual energy are fantastic first steps towards manifesting the life and being the person you've always wanted to be. But until you start taking actions, everything's going to be at a standstill. It's time to play. It's time to try different ways of being. Yes, deception, manipulation. It's time to express yourself. I get that part of the traumas that you have gone through has really closed down your throat chakra. Maybe creating where you weren't raised in a space where you felt safe to communicate your needs and wants. You weren't safe to express who you are and what you need. Maybe some of you were raised in that environment of, what is it? The children shall be seen but not heard. Very controlled. Maybe you held other people's lies. Maybe you covered for your abusers. Because eventually they sold you a story that eventually things will balance out and things will go your way. And so it feels like you kept believing and taking horrible behavior because you believe that at some point they keep saying that things will be equal, that you will get your fair share. But at some point, it feels like you're realizing that that's a pipe dream. They never give that payout. They keep you moving towards a carrot that you will never reach. Not with them. Your lesson is to let go of what no longer serves your highest and greatest good. The advice right now is 5. Wisdom. The Hierophant. Structure. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Oh, I get it. What you have been doing for a long time and what you are kind of rounding the corner of finishing this up is clearing a lot of cycles that you have been kept in for a long time. And the advice is that now it's time to rebuild who you are, build the structure, build your beliefs in this new energy of you being you. Something that is on a foundation that is firm, that can withhold growing on foundations of values, beliefs. Beliefs aren't strong enough for a foundation, but your values, who you are, who you want to be, strong foundation of you, and then you're wanting to build your beliefs who is allowed in your energy and in your space from that to make choices. You've done a lot of clearing. Some of you have been clearing for years. Some of you have slowly been clearing more and more and becoming more and more you. And now it feels like we're reaching a snowball effect when you really, I get this feeling like you can't help now but be yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's getting harder and harder to mask who you really are. And that's a great thing. Don't you want to be yourself? And then find who is attracted to that, who wants to work with that. Feels like what the advice is to connect, be grounded, trust who you are and who you're becoming, to have some fun doing it, to have some confidence in knowing, because you've definitely been showing yourself how resilient you are, how you can heal, how you can take that out into the world and just with your light share how someone can go through and explore such darkness and come out and be stronger, lighter, more compassionate. Wow. All right. That's your reading. I hope this is helpful. Thank you. Bye.